have found out that all we are saying is just talk when power is not available. The work of God in the last days is territorial. We are about to enter the kingdom age, and God have to reconfigure the mind of men that will be custodians of the self, that will participate in the government of God in the age to come. And if it is true, then you need a training. The training of God is not necessarily informational. It is putting you through a process that if you successfully pass it, you will become a certain kind of man, equipped with the capacity to stand on the stead of God in any place that He has placed you. Are you with me? Many people want to live righteously, but they don't have the power. When that guy begins to tell you, babe, I love you, you just become butter. Meanwhile, you don't want to do it. That means there is, after me, power. There is a power to say no in the face of temptation, in the face of adversity, in the face of trials. There is a power to stand in that place. That is a power. And when a man arises and stands against all that, and everybody is falling, we come and say, there is no righteous person, holy person in the Nigerian police force. Huh? And God will say, I have Victoria in that place. Huh? As long as you are there, there is power that made you become that kind of thing. It is not because of how you are when your mother gave birth to you. You know, there are people that are good when their mother gave birth to them. This is not the kind of thing I'm talking about. There is an extent you will get to. That kind of thing cannot help you. In fact, there are certain government offices you enter and you want to bear witness without power, they will kill you. With all your good, you are a good man, they will strike you with paralysis. And you walk like this and enter. When they strike you, when you come back again, you respect yourself. I used to be any other guy. I used to be any other man on the street until I encountered power. I will tell you my story. And if my story is true, then the spirit of witness will come and bear witness to that kind of encounter. Because the reason why we share some things is not to tell another interesting story. It is that if the matter is something that is born of the spirit, then there is a possibility of replicating it again. Oh my God. When we speak, what will happen in the next few minutes is that the gate of power will be opened. I was on my own and God told me, I will power to you. Power. One day I was fasting. It seemed as if they took my two hands and plugged it into electricity. I thought I would die after 5 minutes. And my whole body was turning another color. I said, what is this? I almost said, God, stop. I said, no. If I say stop now, I don't know whether this encounter will repeat itself. So I said, continue. I was almost dying. I said, I will not stop. I will not stop. I will not stop. I will not stop. So after me, power. Today, the testimony of heaven is, I give unto you power. Power. You need 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 power to come and tell them that they are doing exam malpractice. You tell them that I will not do and I will score highest. Now there is a dimension of standing for God, even if you fail or not. But there is a dimension that when you say it, even when your lecturer has given you 39, in the night an angel will go there. I know you people like this one. And give you 81. I know you like this one. Pastor is a lecturer, he doesn't like it, you know, and all that. But it is a reality in God. I heard a story that by witchcraft somebody wrote, it was Dr. Paul Enenche sharing it. Somebody wrote WAEC 7 times. He knew what he was writing. When the result come back, he will have 9F. Until one day he prayed and collected Dr. Paul's messages, went to the village and was cooking. Suddenly, he was led to go and open one stone. He was living in a polygamous home. He opened the stone. What he saw was his real WAEC result is under the stone. And his real WAEC result, there are A's in it, credits. And in fact, he has passed all the 7 WAECs. So it will mean that when WAEC give you results, Somebody will go and collect your result and keep and give you another result. Now that I'm not trying to exhaust Satan. What I'm trying to tell you is what you can do too. If that petty power can command that, you can command higher results. You don't know who you carry. That one of that kind of manifestation can cause a revival in your whole class. Don't need to pray much. All you need to pray, give me the. Everybody know that you are failing. In fact, your class rep saw where the lecturer gave you 36, so he knows you are failing. Everybody know you are, and the result came out to score 82, highest in your class. There must be a power you have. Say after me, power. When I say these things, people think I'm repeating myself. I'm talking of the things that my hands have handled. Some of you have seen my youngest sister. Some of you know her 2 years ago. You have seen what she has become. When I said this that time, what she saw was an angel that came and gave her a weapon. The weapon was like a stick. After training with that weapon for 1 year and 6 months, it was no more a stick. It became a laser beam in the spirit. So some of you have seen her prayer. It went viral. She can cut like laser. She stands like this and she's moving like this. You will know it's not about physical size. Somebody have done something. There is a witness power, pastor. A power that when he arrives in a territory, it begins to do what people say is impossible. In the same land that you say is impossible, that power comes. Then it must mean that there is a witness to be born to a territory. That even though there are certain dimensions of God that is manifest in your life, that the power to witness a territory, that kind has not manifested. You know, the disciples have seen dimensions of God's healing, dimension, manifestation. But a day, a lady fell down and was doing like this, and none of them could cast it out. Jesus came and told them, this kind. Turn to your neighbor, say, this kind. So there is such a thing as this kind. And if our families will bow, if the same people that looked at you, looked at me and said that what you need is to find a cubicle in an office and stay there, now appears and says, God is indeed with you. It will mean that there is a witness power. Power. Oh my God. We need power to do the work of 1,000 days in 10 days, because the time is short. There is a dimension of God we need to touch, pastor. We need to carry it. And then we step in. And then when somebody is trying to fast for 21 days, you appear and say, don't fast. I answer your prayer. Let me tell you, many of you will succeed in spite and despite of all the expectations of Satan and evil men. The reason why you are succeeding is not because the success is anything in itself, but because your success in life is a witness to the evil in your family, the occultism in your family that has held everybody down. What they are doing in your family, in your village, is on your cloth about way. Some will say, that's what they are doing. One of those days, many years ago, I wanted to rise. One of the things my sister saw was a plummet that was rising from a rock. And then a voice came from a darkness at the right side of our house and said, how did this plummet manage to rise? There is a reason why we made everywhere rock, so that you cannot find a place to put your root. Despite that, I was rising from a rock. They cannot explain the mystery of my rising. You will rise despite occultism. You will rise because there is a witness that God wants to bear, and on that wise you need the power. You need the power. Power is not option, it's a need. Imagine where I would have been without the power of God. I would just be another lecturer in Bible. I will just be telling you the two witnesses, and they will bear witness. What the Bible said, you can still see it in the Old Testament. And this thing I'm saying is just an avenue to ferry God here, so that when he appears, if I say witness, you will see witness in the spirit. And I used to tell you that a man has not properly preached and taught, if he has not opened up a window of possibility in the spirit for men to step in. So when you talk about power, the gate of power have to open. As you are speaking, people's hands will be shaking. As you are speaking, they will feel oil on their head. As you are speaking, their heart will burn. These impartations. When they leave this place, they will see functions in their life that they never knew was there before. It will mean that God has given them a shift in the spirit. Some of them, their faith is burning. Some of them, they have stepped into a place where there is an angel that has been petitioned to their ministry. One of the proofs of authority in ministry is the angels that go with you. I say I will not apologize for power. I will not. I will not. All the things you are saying is mere lingo. If power does not come to back it, you have to believe power. In fact, there are certain dimensions of character we are not sure you have until you have power, and then you keep it under control. That is when you are meek. But if you see men that have not touched them, they can be saying what they have not touched. They don't know what it means for somebody to be in high tension. And you are in high tension, you are normal. They don't know what it means for two angels of power to appear in your room where you are studying and preparing for a meeting, and one will hold you on the left and the other on the right, and then it will seem as if you are suspended, and you stay there and say, Jesus help me. For 30 minutes you are there, hooked up to the heavenly power line. The unrestricted power line is not the socket dimension, it's the high tension. When you appear in a meeting, when you walk past people, some of those angels will slap them, slap levity from them, slap away all these things. You are walking with God, and then you pray today, you are up today, you are down tomorrow. Satan is messing up with you. There is angel, they will slap you into power. They will slap you into a place where you appear. The same demons that you are afraid of, they will be begging you. They will be begging you. They will say, oh man of God, what did you touch? Say after me, power. There is one damsel, a lady, I think she is here. She said that this conference we held last year, when I was coming in for my session, my last session, she is a prophet, so she sees. So when she saw the angels that came with me, because she saw, they slapped her and she went off. Because there are people you don't have stature to see. There are things you don't have stature to see. That is why certain things in the prophetic, you enter it by stature. One of my brothers here said God showed him a vision. As he was seeing that vision, he was having headache. There is only the vision is heavier than him in the spirit, and he was trying to see it and he was having headache. He had a blackout. Because that realm is a realm that doesn't accommodate anything that doesn't look like them. If you are like them, then you can be allowed access. A generation with rugged power. We appear, all we have seen is nothing. God is just preparing us for that. That is why we pray for long, to increase our vessel, to enlarge our vessel, to accommodate something that as we are having this meeting, many people that is not here will be having encounter this night. They don't know what is happening to them. Angels are too much in this place that this number, as big as we are, cannot be able to stand what they are doing. You will see now, very soon, even you cannot contain it. It will mean that this thing have to overflow. It will overflow. We need more power. We don't need less power. We need more power. The time is short. You will become a terror to Satan. Oh my God. The last time somebody will look down on you is the first time that he saw you. After that time, the energy, the power, the authority, the audacity that will be coming out of your vessel will be something Satan cannot stand. A generation of power have appeared again. These men will bear witness and Satan cannot touch them. That is a reason why we live the way we live. Witness power. If an occultic man tries you, you don't need to release judgment. He dies because he stretched his hands. Do you know why? High tension, high tension, high tension, high tension, high tension. That's what you are. High tension, high tension. Makas, Fatia, Paras. high tension, liquid fire burning. And I don't care whether you are a lady, you will go back, and the kind of woman you are is literal fire walking, literal mobile fire. Oh my God, such like it we have not seen before. These men are clothed by Jehovah. When they tell you to labor, ask God, where is the power to labor? Don't accept a new assignment without a new resource. For every assignment, every new assignment that God gives a man, there is an empowerment. We must study until he comes. Somebody shout power. When you are here, 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 pray for 1 minute. Pray for 1 minute. You need power. We stand in the gates, oh God. Open, open, open. I hear it. Oh, oh. When you are here, when you are here, when you are here, when you are here, power, power, power. I give unto you power. I give unto you power. In Jesus' name. You can be seated in a few minutes. There are two witnesses, and you will remember that I told you yesterday that a witness is a man that have entered into God deep enough to receive the capacity to witness the testimony of God. Because by the time we looked at the book of Revelation chapter 1, one of the things we found out is that John said that I am here to bear testimony. The testimony of Jesus is what brought me here. And we were able to find out what it means for something to be a testimony. And then we also found out that it's only a man that is a witness that have the capacity to present a testimony to men. It is only a witness that can present a testimony to a generation. If there is no witness, then the testimony of God will be lost in a generation. We will know that God can heal, but unless a man rises with a rugged healing horn, you know, there is a horn of the miraculous. God can use us and heal and do one thing and do one thing, but there are people that if they ever appear in this Enugu state, Pastor, there will be healing in your church because they are in this city, and they are not in your program, but they are just in this city, and healings will break out everywhere. Why? These men are horns in the spirit. These kind of people, if we want to say that God doesn't heal much again, he can heal one or two. Let's focus on other things. When those men appear, they bear witness to the testimony in the spirit that God is Jehovah Rapha. And as long as they are around, no man can appear and say God can no more heal, because there are men that are embodiments of the same reality. And as long as they walk upon the face of the earth, we cannot deny that God can manifest himself in certain dimension. So those men by witness has brought the testimony of Jesus again and presented it to a generation. And the dimension of testimony that they bore on that day is that Jehovah is what? Rapha. Say after me, Jehovah is what? And in certain days, some other people will bear another witness that Jehovah is Shikenu, the righteous one. In a perverse and cruel generation, that is, you have an unbending will towards the righteousness of God. Not just the nature that is inside of you, but the manner of life that you live. Even when everybody is depraved and living a certain way, there is power. There is power to conform to the image of God. There is power to live out what is inside of you.